Welcome to Insight Global, your window into the world's most fascinating stories. Before we start, take a moment to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you won't miss the extraordinary history hidden beneath our feet. This is Vatican City, the smallest independent state on Earth, barely 49 acres nestled within Rome. Every year, throngs of visitors crowd St. Peter's Square, gazing at Renaissance facades and the towering dome that dominates the skyline. Yet few realize that the most captivating chapters of Vatican history are not above ground. They lie below, waiting to be uncovered. Here you're looking at the Vatican grottos, an intricate maze of chapels and tombs directly beneath St. Peter's Basilica. Just meters above, thousands of tourists stroll unaware of the sanctuaries beneath them. But these aren't mere dusty corridors. They form a solemn underground cemetery where more than 90 popes rest. Each time a pontiff stands at the main altar, he does so atop nearly 2 millennia of predecessors, a living symbol of the Church's continuity from Peter himself. The grottos are remarkable for their artistry as much as their symbolism. These burial chambers, carved and adorned with reverence, express the doctrine of apostolic succession, the belief that papal authority flows in an unbroken line from the first apostle to today. Yet the grotto's twisting layout contrasts sharply with that clear chain. Their shape follows the foundations of Old St. Peter's Basilica, the church that stood before the Renaissance masterpiece, and even that rests upon a still earlier layer, Constantine's Basilica, raised in 324 CE over what early Christians believed to be Peter's grave. Building Constantine's church was no simple task. Beneath the chosen site stretched a vast Roman necropolis, elegant family tombs aligned along the ancient Via Cornelia. Rather than destroy these relics, Constantine's engineers innovated. They filled the necropolis with earth, creating an artificial platform strong enough to hold the basilica. Astonishingly, today's visitors tread on floors still supported by that 4th-century foundation, proof of Roman ingenuity that has endured for 1600 years. But the deeper one ventures, the less serene the story becomes. Past these sacred layers lies a shadowed reminder of a different Vatican, a sovereign power that once ruled central Italy. From 756 until 1870, the popes governed the Papal States, a realm often caught in wars and political turmoil. The popes of that era were not merely spiritual shepherds. They were monarchs, defending territories and sometimes clashing with neighbors. Enemies occasionally threatened their safety, forcing the Vatican to craft an ingenious escape plan. That plan became the Passetto di Borgo, a fortified passageway nearly a kilometer long, linking the Apostolic Palace to Castel Sant'Angelo. Built in the 13th century, this elevated corridor served as an emergency route for popes when danger struck. History records at least 3 dramatic flights along its stone walkway. Alexander VI escaping French invaders in 1494, Cesare Borgia and his family retreating through it in 1503, and, most famously, Clement VII fleeing the 1527 sack of Rome as the Swiss Guard made their heroic last stand. Today the Passetto stands as a silent witness to those perilous moments, a bridge between sanctity and survival. Beneath the Vatican lies another world shrouded in intrigue, the Vatican Apostolic Archives, once known as the Secret Archives. Imagine endless corridors stretching more than 80 kilometers, stacked high with volumes chronicling over 12 centuries of church history. Here rest letters between popes and emperors, Michelangelo's complaints about Sistine Chapel payments, Galileo's trial records, and the parchment scroll from the Knights Templar hearings. One shelf even holds King Henry VIII's plea for an annulment from Catherine of Aragon, the rejection that altered England's religious landscape forever. Yet what we're shown is only part of the story. Many believe the most sensitive records remain hidden. Files on the Church's wartime dealings, financial scandals, and diplomatic intrigues sealed under strict security. To glimpse even approved materials, researchers need a university degree, a formal letter of recommendation, and an interview, conducted entirely in Italian, inside the Vatican itself. Only after clearing every hurdle may they, under escort, view the exact documents they requested. Such tight control lets officials safeguard history and keep more damaging secrets beyond reach. If you don't know a file exists, you can't ask to see it. But history doesn't always stay buried. In 1939, workers repairing the grotto floor broke through a forgotten wall and stumbled into darkness. Their lamps revealed a Roman necropolis undisturbed for 16 centuries. Walking its ancient street feels like stepping through a time portal. 22 mausoleums line a road paved nearly 2,000 years ago. Marble reliefs, frescoes, and inscriptions show how Romans blended pagan imagery with emerging Christian signs, capturing a city mid-transition. At the necropolis's far end lies the Trophy of Gaius, a modest shrine raised in the 2nd century over a humble grave. Decades of study suggest this is the resting place of Saint Peter himself. In 2013, Pope Francis presented bone fragments found here, remains of a man in his 60s, robust and weathered, consistent with accounts of the apostle. If genuine, the entire Vatican complex, from its Renaissance glory to its global influence, literally stands atop its founding figure. Of course, secrecy invites speculation. Some argue unreleased archives may hold evidence of Vatican cooperation with Nazi officials or records of fortunes transferred during the Holocaust. Others spin wilder stories, hidden gospels, coded prophecies, even proof of extraterrestrial life. While such theories stretch belief, history beneath the Vatican often rivals fiction in drama and surprise. From imperial burial grounds to clandestine escape routes, every layer tells a tale of power, devotion, and survival. And so, as we emerge from these subterranean halls into the sunlight of St. Peter's Square, we're reminded that the Vatican is far more than a church or a symbol of faith. It is a living archive built stone upon stone, secret upon secret, over nearly 2,000 years. Thank you for journeying with Insight Global into the hidden heart of Vatican City. If this exploration fascinated you, tap the like button, subscribe to our channel, and enable notifications so you'll be first to discover the next story history tried to keep out of sight. Until then, keep searching for the truths the world leaves buried.